We have a bit of a foggier start to our weekend out there, taking a live look outside at the plaza. You could see a bit of that haze on the horizon there, but other than that, beautiful blue skies that will treat us to a wonderful rest of the day too, especially once we clear out that fog that we are currently dealing with. And I want to get you a look at the first warn that we have in place for that fog and its associated visibility concerns. As we could see, that first warn is in place for that exact reason, but will be able to be peeled off the board right around 9 a.m. after that beautiful rest of the morning. Beautiful afternoon. We're headed back to the 70s today, so going to be about 10 degrees warmer than what we found yesterday afternoon. But again, that's after we clear out this fog, and that's really the talk of the town right now, as we have this dense fog advisory issued anywhere you see that gray color. Now, originally that was for entirely south of the metro, but that was extended just about 2 hours ago now to include Wyandotte County and areas over on the Kansas side too. This dense fog advisory alongside our first warn will be in place until 9 a.m. this morning, again for those visibility concerns, which we can see outside right now, especially along and south of I-70 there, but we've started to have some patchy fog creeping up northward and lowering visibility there in the metro too. But again, south of that is where the bullseye of this fog development has been essentially all morning long. We've seen visibilities, as we do right now, less than a quarter of a mile. So if you're trying to get out and about this morning, please give yourself some extra space on the road, some extra time out the door too to get wherever you're going. We all need to be moving a bit slower out there this morning. That says fog will continue to develop again through the next couple of hours there into your 8 and 9 o'clock hour before we then really fix that issue pretty quickly. We start to mix up the atmosphere, get that fog out of here, and get on with a wonderful rest of our day. Midwest Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing camera again showing you off in the distance some of those visibility concerns. They're not quite as bad downtown as they are elsewhere and south of the metro. Still watching it very closely though. Also watching these cool temperatures finally made it out of the 40s for this morning. We've struggled to do so all morning long. We bottomed out right around 45 degrees recorded over at MCI. Now we're at 51. That sunshine finally doing its job, warming us up, going to give us a lovely rest of the day. I've said it a couple times, but I'll let the forecast speak for itself here. Mid 70s this afternoon, plenty of sunshine, again warmer than yesterday and sunnier than yesterday too, all around the clock. Just better in terms of more comfortable temperatures and staying dry. So our plants are going to be all good all day long. But if you are headed out later on this evening, not a bad idea to take a jacket, just a light jacket with you, because once we get closer to midnight and then eventually into your Sunday morning, I should say, it's going to be again cooler, but not quite as cool. We're only looking to get down into about the 50s for the metro tomorrow. A bit cooler elsewhere in the farther north that you go, especially up in northwestern Missouri, looking like a pretty chilly start to our Sunday morning, but the rest of us a touch warmer than what we had just today, as a lot of us started today in the 40s. So as we go through the rest of your weekend, let's highlight Sunday and then talk about what's going to happen after that. So first, there's that first warn today. Don't forget it. Give yourself some extra time out the door, extra space on the roads. Then Sunday, beautiful fog looking to be less of a concern tomorrow morning. Still possible that we find some patchy fog development, but not like what we're finding out there today. 78 degrees forecast high on your Sunday, but then we are going to up the ante on your Monday. 82 degrees forecast high, and that's just a taste of what's going to come in terms of increasing those temperatures. First, I do want to show you and bring you back to today and this beautiful rest of the morning that we can enjoy, especially if you're headed out to Old Settlers Day Parade. We'll see you there. There'll be a lot of us from here at KCTV5 out there this morning. Know that you might need a light jacket once that parade's getting started and from now until then. But by the time parade's wrapping up, if you want to hang around the festival, know that you won't need that jacket anymore because we will be reaching the mid 70s today, but that's not quite as warm as what we will find the rest of the upcoming week. So let's take a look at at it, let's see this warming trend that we are going to experience as summer is trying to make a bit of a comeback. So we could see that there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, upping those afternoon highs 1 to 2 to even 3 degrees almost every day. Tuesday pushing us back into the mid 80s after Monday kicks us off with a warmer afternoon. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, though, going to be the warmest days it looks to be of the week. Could be nearing close to 90 by the time we are wrapping up the work week. But something that you should know about this upcoming warm up is that we're not going to be quite as humid as what we experienced in August. So while those temperatures will be definitely warmer and definitely warmer than we would like to have for mid-September, by that time, know that it won't be quite as humid, so feels like temperatures should not be as much of an issue as we have dealt with so far this summer. Beyond all that, let's show you your Security Bank 7-day forecast, where you can see that first warn in place today for the fog, but then after that we're going to keep the board pretty clean of those, though we do have a small rain chance Monday night into Tuesday morning. Just keeping a very close eye on that, not looking overly concerning, or at this time stronger severe thunderstorms are not on the table. Could find some rumbles of thunder though as we are trying to sleep, and maybe for those of us who have an earlier morning commute on your Tuesday, just keep that in mind. But dry rest of the weekend, definitely get outside and enjoy it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday.